Make sure you have your teacher's access code before you start this, and the top part here is how you would log in for a computer and how you'll log in for an app. Quick little parent walkthrough of Epic Reading, just so that when you're logged in with your child, you'll know where they are and where they can find material. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you very quickly what the students see when they log in. When they first log in through Epic, they will see if I have any books assigned to them, and they'll be able to go into those books, or they can click the X right here and be able to move on to do something differently. For right now, I'm going to click that X. And as you can see, they can search for a bunch of reading material in their free time. There's over 20,000 books here, so they can search for a lot of it. If I go with frogs, they will be able to look for books with frogs, videos about frogs, read to me books with frogs, audiobooks about frogs, collections about frogs, and quizzes with frogs. I get a record of how many videos, how many books, and things that they have read, and it comes back to me, and I'll show you as my teacher one, what it actually will look like in my roster. I get this feedback that shows all of this material right here. How many books they've read, how many hours they've read, and their class log, a whole bunch of items. Let's get back to the student copy. There's also these 4 buttons up here called Explore, My Library, Mailbox, and their avatar. Now, with those, the Explore button allows them to look up certain topics. So they may explore and do some research. Maybe there's something that they really like, but it opens them up to the whole catalog of books. My Library, if they see a book that they really like, they can click the heart, which I'll show you in a few minutes, and they can add that to their own personal library. And in a Mailbox will be pretty well the mailbox that I send them all of their stuff through and their reading assignments. So when they do get a reading assignment, they will click on it, get into that assignment, and there will be pages for them to read through. This will allow them to add it to their library if they really, really enjoy it. Okay. This here is how they turn the page. This keeps a track also about how long it takes them to read the book. So if they just try to rush to the book all the way to the end without actually doing any reading, it will not allow them to do the test. It has a minimum amount of time that it expects people to be reading. Once they get to the end of this, the test that they have will show up like this, and it will ask them to do the quiz. They start with the quiz, and sometimes I will tell them which page to go on, and they choose the different things here. It will give me how much I have out of the 5 questions. When I click finish, there's sometimes a bit of a lag between it and the server for this place. So if you want to see how your child has done, though, what you'll do is you'll go into profile, and it will let you know how many minutes they've read it for, how many pages were in there, what's the date that they read it, and it will give them a complete if it is completed. And the achievements, it will tell if they've received any little badges based on how they were doing. So this gives us a lot of information back for you to be able to see their individual activities and things that they have done. And for me, it gives me a great deal of information also. Thank you for helping us through this.